Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fabulous ones. This is Angela with another edition of Notes on the News, where I share with you headlines from my news feed, and we talk about the headlines, the subject matter at large, the articles if we've read them or skimmed them or whatever happens to come up. But it's not news, it's just our notes on the news. Peace, Rottweiler. How are you? Happy Father's Day if you celebrate, if you're a daddy and all of that other stuff. Or if you're not a daddy, you're a daddy of humanity. Hey, I see. How are you? So, I missed you yesterday. All right. Well, you are a father of humanity. Um, Habaragani. Hey, Bonafide 1970. Happy Father's Day if you're a dad. Or if, as the father of humanity, one of the fathers of humanity. Um, okay, facts. So I think that we have looped back around Habaragani. I think the last time that we spoke, we were on Imani. And so you know what that means today. Habaragani. That's right. Umoja. Yeah. It's like working with little kids. Umo. Yay, umoja. Unity, to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. And I also want to talk about unity within ourselves because I think a lot of times, I think the other day we were talking about double and triple consciousness, as Black people, we get kind of pulled in a lot of different directions, and our minds can be, our understanding of the world can be shaped in different ways. We could have an understanding of the world as a Black person, we could have an understanding of the world as an American or whatever our nationality is. We have various understandings of the world, and sometimes they conflict with one another. And so striving to unify our view and our understanding of the world in a way that's consistent with love of self and love of our people and love of community and unity and so integrating those multiple parts of ourselves. So that's I guess that's what I'm thinking about unity today in terms of just integrating self, and not just self as individuals but self as family, self as community, self as Black folks. What's up, sis? B1, stop the BS now. I said stop it right now. And let's see what's up with the Buddha. Yo, Buddha, what up though? Let us see. Oh, here's one. Um, One should first establish oneself in what is proper, and only then try to instruct others. Hi, Nikki, how are you? Doing this, the wise one will not be criticized. Woo! One should first establish oneself in what is proper, and only then try to instruct others. Doing this, the wise one will not be criticized. Handle your business. Handle your business. Handle your business. Take care of you. Keep your side of the street clean. Get your skit together. Work on you. And I don't even think you have to try to instruct others in what is proper. Even though here I am telling you, get your side of the street together. That's not really instructing. We just kicking it. We just talk about what the Buddha said and what it means to me. I'm not telling you what you need to do. I'm just saying it to you, but I'm saying it to myself. Yes. Okay. This is a good one. I got plenty of work to do. We got plenty of work to do. We got plenty of work to do. We got plenty of work to do. Okay. So let us proceed with the notes from the news feed. What's new and good? Anything exciting going on? In other words, don't talk about it. Be about it. Nobody likes a hypocrite. Nobody likes a hypocrite. Take your hypocriticalness somewhere else because we don't like you here. Yeah, yep. Don't talk about it, be about it. And that's easier said than done. That's why we say it sometimes and don't do it, because it's easy to say. It's hard, it's challenging to do, but that's the work, that's the beauty, that's the blessing. Therein lies the opportunity. The tarot revival, thanks to Brexit, Trump, and Dior. I don't know what Dior means. Who is that? That they talking about the fragrance company or the design house? I don't understand. But basically, what they were talking about is the idea that the world, to a lot of people, seems so like shaky and chaotic and confusing. Lead by example. Seems so shaky and chaotic and confusing that people are reaching out for guidance, for help. Well, let me look at the tarot. Maybe the tarot will tell me what to do and what it all means. It almost sounds like the way that they talking about it, like it's a desperado move. Like we don't know what else to do, so let's look at the tarot. Now I like tarot cards. One of my teachers told me early on. She's like, well, yeah, she's like, don't beat up the tarot cards, meaning, and so I never got in the habit astrologically or tarot wise of being like, oh my God, this happened. Let me go see what the tarot says. Oh my God, that happened. Let me go see what the tarot says. Oh my God, this happened. Let me go see what the tarot, like, it's like I basically live my life. I might do readings for myself. Like if I'm not studying, if I'm not studying, what's up, Ayapo? If I'm not studying, I might do readings for myself maybe like 2 times a year. I just have never gotten in that habit. If I'm studying, I do try to get in the habit of doing readings daily just to like start to understand, reacquaint myself with the vibrations. But yeah, so that was interesting. Tomorrow cities, will the bike become an urban must-have? Yeah, it's so polluted and so crowded and people need exercise. Why not? Sometimes people get really kind of like hostile or feel away, like I guess part of the sign of gentrification in communities. Gentrification, and I use that term loosely because there are usually already people there when they start using that term, gentrification, which means people coming, but or bringing in the people or whatever. But well, let's just say like in Detroit, one of the signs that the white people were coming is that there are a whole bunch of bike lanes. And like on one of the streets over here, not Woodward, but one of the streets is like bike lane parking. So what used to be like a 4-lane street is now bike lane parking. I guess it used to be a 3-lane street, but now it's like 1 lane to drive in, and it's really difficult to see because of where the parking is. I would like the idea if I were biking to be shielded by the cars instead of in the street. But I like bikes. I don't ride. I have a bike, but I don't ride because it seems like if it's hot, then it's too hot to ride. And when it's cold, hey Sonia, when it's cold, do I want to be outside in a bike? But when I was in like Amsterdam, when I was in Europe, I remember in Amsterdam, it seemed like people was just on them bikes. They was just on them bikes. So, I'm here. I'm here for the bikes. Italy migrants. Who is responsible for helping out at sea? I couldn't stand this headline because I think that, I guess the way it frames the question, like I feel like by the time I've always considered Starbucks as a harbinger of gentrification. Once you see a Whole Foods market, it's game over. When you start seeing white people in the neighborhood, it's like usually I guess it seems like it's like a whole wave. Like before there's a Starbucks, usually you're gonna see some white people who have bought some houses and are redoing them. Like when you start seeing white people living in the black neighborhoods and buying houses, that's when I usually know. And that's well before Starbucks. They did a good job Insecure throughout the course of the season, sort of showing the gentrification happening. And by the time, they were out on the street giving people samples of coffee or whatever, it had like it was, but there had been signs before. So yeah, Italy migrants. Who is responsible for helping out at sea? I don't like that. The nature of a headline, of course, is that it's just a headline. It's not really gonna get. It's like the title. It's not necessarily gonna get. As titles are very effective. sometimes headlines are very effective. So but this particular headline, I feel like out at sea, I want to know what's causing migrants to get at sea. How are Europeans in a position to be helping anybody? Europe underdeveloped Africa. Who wrote that? How Europe under is that Manning Marble? No, who wrote that? Manley. Who wrote anyway? First white artsy types, then the yuppie fix and flip crowd, and finally the big push. So while Europe underdeveloped Africa, I feel like that's like the whole conversation right there. And I wish that the headline would frame the conversation of these African migrants in a bigger historical Rodney. Is it Walter Rodney? Walter Rodney is from like not Panama, but like he's from that region of the world, isn't he? Isn't he? Walter Rodney. I don't know him. They call them pioneers. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So I mean, I don't expect that much from headlines, but I'm just trying to be conscious when I see the headlines that, you know, how to read them and how to understand them and how to reframe them for myself. For kids in Madagascar, technology is used to bond with others, not just to play games. Now, this is interesting to me because one, they were talking about Madagascar. They're trying to make sure that every child has like a tablet or a computer or something like that. And I didn't really get into how they feel that technology is helping the children. You got ancestors in Madagascar. Didn't we start when we started talking about Alkebulan? Did we start with Madagascar? Because that's what I was thinking when I first said it. And then I'm like, no, I think we went alphabetical. But I think I remember you talking about that. So I wasn't so much thinking about, hey, Aviator 80, the first wave of the invasion. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I remember that. So for the kids, so I wasn't 711 short answer scientific developments. I wasn't so much thinking about, you know, what specifically the young people were doing in terms of why they said that it was helping them to bond with others. I don't know if they're using video chats as a tool to bond with other people. But I was just kind of like almost offended in a way with this idea of bonding for a science fiction novel. Like if you're just like isolated someplace and the only contact that you have with humans is, you know, technology, then that's better than no contact. But I just thought it was like an interesting, but you still get the skin hunger and like, I don't know, we're human beings. Some of us are not bots. Some of us are bots, but for those of us who are humans, you know. Yemen war battle rages over Hudaya airport. So we've been talking about what's going on in Yemeni, and I thought that in Yemen, and I thought that there was a issue where they were talking about the port, the airport. I don't know if it was like the airport or something where a lot of the food sources came in, and were they going to be blocked or were they not going to be blocked? And if it was blocked, what was that going to mean in terms of humanitarian aid to civilians? And I don't know if that airport is the shipping port is the same as the airport, but anyway, things continue to go on in Yemen. So prayers out to the people who are dealing, you know, with warfare wherever we are in the world, and whether it's explicit or implicit, whether we know we're engaged in war or not, just prayers out. Cambodia, Prince Ranarid injured and wife killed in car crash. Wow, I don't know anything about Cambodia. So prayers out to those people. But it's like I guess they're like the people who run the country, like their royalty, like he's a prince or something. So I don't know. Was it an assassination? Was it an accident? What happened? Nigeria attacks, blasts, and rockets kill 31 in Borno state. So I'm not sure what's going on, why there were blasts and rockets in Nigeria, but 31 people made their transition at the time of this article, or according to this article. So prayers out to those people who made their transition there and throughout the world, you know, today, to their family and their community. Look at all that red, black, green, and yellow. Y'all know a lot of the flags in Africa do that red, black, green, and yellow. Africa and the Caribbean use variations of those colors. It seemed like to me, although as we've been looking at flags, I don't know if I've noticed that theme. So, two suicide bombers have attacked a town in northeastern Nigeria only hours after the country's army chief urged displaced residents to return home because it was safe. The blast hits the town of Damboa in Borno State on Saturday evening, and residents say at least 31 people have died. The explosions were followed by rockets fired from outside the town. So what's going on? Boko Haram militants are suspected. Like, what is the end game of is the idea with the Boko Haram people? Is it just Nigeria has been dealing with religious gripes between Christians and Muslims for the longest time? So, yeah. I'm kind of confused about the whole like Islamic State type thing, because for some reason I had the impression that the vision or the idea was to have a government, a state that was Islamic and was bound by Islamic or religious, law. But now it just feels like, I don't know, like it just feels like a lot of fighting, and I don't know. I mean, maybe that's part of the process of establishing a religious state. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand. Um, so prayers out. Hey, Stephanie Gerald, blessings. Aquarius. So that migrant ship, we've been talking about it for 2 or 3 or maybe 4 days. It's arrived in Spain. It's called the Aquarius. The one that France was like, Italy, you take this ship, and Spain was, wait, France was like, Italy, you take Italy was like, Spain said they would take the ship. So this is the ship, the Aquarius, this group of people. A new feature in the next iPhone software is going to shock people. It surprised even Apple CEO. Do you know what it is? Does your phone do this already? It's tracking how long you're using certain apps. Like, how long are you on the phone? How long are you in Facebook? How long are you in Twitter? And you can see the statistics right there next to each app. And that's to help people, they say, be more aware of what they're doing. And it is true, or in my experience, certainly when you track stuff, you have an opportunity to, if you're trying to improve, to make it, to do more, you can do more. If you're trying to do whatever, tracking helps you be more aware of what's really going on. So yeah, iPhone, not an iPhone person, but there it is. Mars will come closer to Earth in the coming weeks than it has been in 15 years. And here's how to see it. It made me wish that I had this issue of the Mountain Astrologer, which is like an astrology magazine, because I'm like, Mars is going to be closer to Earth than it's been in the last 15 years. Does it mean like, that energy of like fighting and warfare? I mean, because it seems like it's been so fighty and warfare already. Is it going to be more intense? What does it mean? Tracking can help you be more aware, but it will also make them more aware. Yes, it will. They can already track. They're already tracking too, but I guess it'll make it easier for them to see it. It'll just be listed right there. So here's how to see it. Yeah, so I don't know. It seems like at one point I used to pay attention to what was going on in the sky. Like when I first started studying, when I studied astronomy, we went out, and if they really wanted to do something useful, they should make phones that lock when the GPS picks up that it's moving more than 15 miles per hour. Please, black men. Oh, peace, black men. Happy Father's Day. Yay. Yeah, I don't understand that, Ayapo. Okay. So when I was the moon, it's like a bunch of thieves broke into your house so that it locks when people are driving. But you need the GPS when you're driving. Why would you want it to lock? It's like a bunch of people broke into your house, and then they divided it up. Wasn't there like a name for that? conference where they sat down, the Europeans or whatever sat down and they divided up Africa. Is that what you're referring to? I'm losing the reference. Um, okay. So I don't know. Just help a sister out. I don't know what I missed. DC's public schools have gone from a point of pride to one of the city's largest embarrassments. And I'm thinking they were talking about a point of pride like 5, 10, 20, 50 years ago, but they were talking about like a year or two ago. So what's happened in the last couple, so that it locks when people are driving. Yeah, what's happened in the last year or so ago, advocating for justice behind the news Cohen Afrobeat radio show on WBEI, the talk feature, not the navigation. It feels like yes, they had that conference. That's not Nicaea. That has to do with religious, which parts of Al-Kibalan. What was that? That was something it was called. Yeah, not that I care. So DC's public schools, it just makes you think about like, I don't have Tucson. Hey, WBAI radio shows. What does it mean? Oh, you're talking about shows on WBAI. They seem to be doing everything but driving. I know sometimes you're afraid to look at people because it's like they're driving like this, and you're like, oh gosh, please don't run into me. I don't want them to run into anybody, but it's like sometimes I don't even want to see what people are doing and if they're driving erratically and stuff. So what's going on with our public schools? It seems like there's a lot of mess and confusion and drama, and we hear about the attacks on the children, and yeah, but there's been a lot of attacks on the school systems in general, defunding of the school systems, privatization of the school system, charterization, if it's considered. I guess somebody's barbecuing. I think that's what I smell. That first chemical when you first start the barbecue, and then that thing you spray on there. When I used to try to get a barbecue going, I'd spray so much of that chemical. A mess. Oh, probably somebody is grilling for Father's Day. That's sweet. So I don't know what's going on with lighter fluid. Yeah, that's what it's called. Suspect dead, 20 injured in a shooting at New Jersey Arts Festival. So it was an outdoor overnight festival. And I guess that, they say that the person who was doing the shooting, they killed this person. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. People were stampeding. And so I think that's how a lot of people got injured. It was in Trenton, New Jersey, an arts festival. People panicked. Organizers canceled the rest of the festival. So it happened early Sunday. So prayers out to, the people who were injured. 4 of those, including a 13-year-old boy, were in critical condition. 2 suspects opened fire during an art all-night festival that showcased local art, music, and food. One of the suspects, a 33-year-old, was killed. Authorities say that 1,000 people were in the area when the shooting started. Sometimes I don't like being around crowded places. It seems like you never know what's going to happen. Oh, they got a timeline and everything. I was looking for some images. So I don't, that's what I got on that. That's terrible. I know you want to go to the all-night art festival and hang out and look at art or do whatever. Taliban rule out extension of Afghanistan Eid festival ceasefire. So I guess there was a ceasefire, like Ramadan was ending, and there's like a festival that marks the end of Ramadan. And so I guess there was a ceasefire, maybe for Ramadan, maybe just for the festival. And I guess Afghanistan wanted to continue the ceasefire, and the Taliban, this headline was like, no, we're not going to continue the ceasefire. Now Ramadan is over. We done had this Eid festival. Let's get to fighting. So that's what the headline is saying. I don't even understand. Like, it's like, you know how they say all's fair in love and war. It's like, if you fighting, I don't even like, I feel like if I was fighting, the kind of fighter that I would be is I'd be like, hey, Captain PYT, I'd be like, yeah, let's have a ceasefire for Ed. Yeah, I'm not gonna shoot you. And then as soon as you put your gun down, I'd shoot you. Like, I don't really understand how you in a war and you like, have rules. Maybe I'm like a barbarian and I don't know it, because I just feel like I don't really, like, I feel like it's a war. Like, yeah, I don't really understand the concept. Would you say, Sonia? They claim Al Qaeda destroyed the and the Taliban was destroyed. Yeah, we need to look for reasons to be peaceful. Yeah, we do. And reasons to get along with people. Yeah, all of this stuff, like 911 was supposedly this person and they went after that person, but people are saying it wasn't that. And, a lot of people feel like 911 was fake anyway. And, it's always some excuse or some setup to initiate a war or initiate conflict. So what's the setup or the excuse to initiate peace? And what's the setup and the excuse to initiate love? That's what we should be doing. I agree. We should be out here trying to figure out inside job. We should be out here trying to figure out how to, initiate peace. World Cup 2018, Serbia versus Costa Rica. Costa Rica, Costa Rica, Costa Rica. Yay! We excited about Costa Rica, right? Costa Rica. Costa Rica. Costa Rica is in the World Cup. I did not know. Serbia, that's like an Eastern European place. Oh, Serbia. Yay, Costa Rica. Go to hell, soccer. No, Costa Rica. So who won with Nigeria? Did Nigeria win? We gonna still have our kids to wear? Okay. The slow response to hurricane damage in Puerto Rico and completely neglected U.S. Virgin Islands reflects legacy of racism and colonialism. So the other day I noticed, I don't know, I missed it. You can't look at the internet and find out who won a game. Peace, Kendra, how you doing? The other day when I ended up talking about R. Kelly's ex-wife, Andrea Kelly, on the Sister Circle. But what I was really trying to get to, I wanted to get to that, but before that, they had done a piece where they were talking about places that you could go, places you could travel to without a passport, which was really interesting because it's basically all of the U.S. colonies. And we don't really, I think probably about a year ago, maybe I had looked up and I'm like, oh my God, the U.S. still had, probably during hurricane season last year, when I was like looking at Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, I kind of knew Puerto Rico was out there in this weird DC like state of not like of being a colony. But then I guess it's like, and I heard the U.S. Virgin Islands, but I never thought of them necessarily as a colony. But there are like places like, don't quote me on it, but like Guam, like throughout the world, there are these places that are, war is great for the economy. That's why it's been such a constant thing. It makes a lot of money. Commonwealth, don't that mean colony? Don't that mean imperialism? Don't that mean that you can't vote and you ain't running your skit and somebody, no, I reject that. I'm not accepting that information. I'm going to stay ignorant. As far as I'm concerned, Nigeria won. A euphemism. Right. Commonwealth. Who the wealth common among? The people there, are they getting the Commonwealth? So anyway, it's just kind of like, wow, you're in an imperialist nature. Go to hell again, soccer. You're in an imperialist nation. I mean, whatever that means, but it's kind of like, wow, this country has colonies. And it's kind of like talk that double consciousness, like here we are on Sister Circle, like, yeah, we could travel to here. We could travel more like the noble wealth. We could travel there. We could travel here. We could travel there. Yeah, that's what they were saying, that Nigeria wasn't really going to win, but people were still excited about getting them T-shirts and paying, was it Nike or Adidas, all that money? making them rich. They sold out and all this other stuff. I guess they are already rich, but adding to their wealth. So anyway, yeah, so it's count, I don't know. Also the double consciousness, like, oh, we could go travel here. Guam. It was a couple countries, like Guam. We have a lot, and the way she did it, it was interesting too, because she did trivia. We have a lot of football players from this one place. It's not Guam though, but from that place, but it's like we could go travel here and it's beautiful because of this, and it's known for that, and da 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 da. And it's like they're it sounds like, yay, we're American and we can go out and travel to these places with no passport. But then it's like, why can we go out and travel to these places with no passport? Boo, you know, like a yay, I like to travel, but boo for colonies. The primary difference, Samoa, yeah, it was Samoa. There's I guess if I Googled it, I could probably come up with the list of, the colonies of the US. The primary difference between the Poor People's Campaign in 1968 versus 2018. I haven't really been following the Poor People's Campaign, but for whatever reason, I'm like really just here for Reverend Barber. I always feel bad when I see him, interviews, because he's like bent over and he looked like he in pain, and make me feel away. And now that this preacher did the minister, the religious person who did Meghan Markle's wedding is now, I guess I see him like on the news too. Like, I guess they're like the Philippines is that, I think it is as well. I guess it's like, I feel like I'm always here for people who are for Black men, for people who are publicly talking about doing the right thing and moving in honor and moving, with moral guidance. Hey, Ron Redbird 101. Red Bird. Oh, maybe you're the cardinal out here that I see. It's a red bird. It might be Redbird 101. So I'm always here for it. I heart it. Is that an expression? Do people say that? But I'm here for it. I like it. I like to see it. So I haven't really looked into the Poor People's Campaign. And I don't know what the difference is between the one in 1968 and the one in 2018. But you can go to Atlanta Black Star and check out that article. I know that the Moral Mondays that Reverend Barber was doing organizing for years, him and other people were doing organizing for years in North Carolina, South Carolina, or whatever, they were doing this Moral Mondays thing. And it seemed to be effective. Yeah, cardinals are beautiful. It seemed to be effective in terms of, like, politically during the election. They seem to have people mobilized. People seem to be like have a certain level of education and consciousness and awareness of the issues and willingness to come out. They were like been working out that cardinal red is the most beautiful red. Wow. It is. I haven't seen my cardinal all day today. I don't know if it's my cardinal, but the cardinal. It's definitely not my cardinal. I know that. But like my boy, my cardinal. Where my cardinal at? Whoop, whoop. Venezuela. Moral Monday didn't work. Zero as president. Well, the thing about, organizing and doing things is just because you don't get the result that you wanted, it doesn't mean that you didn't get any result. It doesn't mean that it was totally ineffective. Sometimes something can be effective even though you might not see or understand the effectiveness of that action. So Zero is still president, but I don't think that they're mutually exclusive. And I think that the process of organizing people and raising people's consciousness, red is my favorite color. Are you Aries? I think that the process of organizing people. Are you born in April? April. What else is Aries? I don't know when, but I definitely know April. So yeah, like there's like it's like a lot of times like when you're like as an organizer, you might not get the win, but you still win, and you see the results of that come back and loop around in different ways. So be encouraged. Venezuela, Caracas club stampede leaves 17 dead. Caracas. Oh, Caracas. Maybe that's Caracas. I've heard of Caracas. I read it, but I didn't process it quite. Something about somebody being in office don't affect my life day to day, and you need to pay attention to cute people, to the more attractive leaders organizing. If people paid more attention to the organizing protests, we'd have been dead years ago. So you think organizing should be dead? So 17 dead in Venezuela. Prayers out to those people who made their transition. I don't know. It was a club stampede. I don't know why or how. So just prayers out to the people who are dealing with that issue. Dang, that's kind of a lot of people at one time. A. Philip Randolph, founder of the first Black labor union. We talked about this last year. I think we're like on a year thing. There are no attractive leaders. They are all ugly. They are ugly. They are ugly. Florida Walgreens accused of racial profiling after Black women followed, bags searched after purchases. So we not going to the restaurants? Oh, you were being tongue in cheek. I was actually very confused. That's what I missed because I'm like, that don't even sound like something you would say. Help me out because it went over my head. So we don't go to the Walgreens, don't go to the don't go to the Waffle House, don't go to Houston's, don't go to Starbucks, don't go to the hotels, don't go to no restaurants, don't go to no drugstores. Don't shop off the internet because Amazon is an asshole. What we gonna do? Don't go to LA Fitness. Grow your own food. Shop as much as you can with your own people. Cut out some of that unnecessary extraneous shopping we put in and let do whatever without question. How do we even put people in leadership? They get voted into leadership, get closer to Black people. What else? I mean, I don't go to Walmart. I mean, to Walgreens. I always go to CVS, so it can't happen to me, can it? Buy Black, build Black. Yeah, build Black. Umoja, unity. What is Umoja? Unity. Let me look at it real quick. Let's take a Ngozo Saba break. CVS is horribly expensive. Is it? Am I going to the wrong place? I don't know. I just wherever I go, I usually have a drugstore choice. I don't go to drugstores very much. I've probably gone to CVS 3 times in the life. Oh no, because when I park at the museum, I usually park at CVS, and then we tend to go in and shop, and then we go to the museum. Unity. To strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. Rite Aid is just as bad. Did you hear about those offensive baby daddy cards being sold at Target until they got caught out? Yeah, we talked about it maybe the last time we talked. I had seen it on Ty Bivens live. Along with pulling it, I get 20% off at Rite Aid. I'm sure Target had an apology to go along with pulling the cards off the shelf. And that made everything better. Florida man who streamed shooting on Facebook Live arrested and booked. Most baby mamas are white, so why use a Black couple? It was the baby daddy, not the baby mama. So what was interesting to me about this, a man saw somebody get shot and I guess they were dying. And so the person was like, oh, this would be something good to film on Facebook. That's the sense I have of the story. A Florida man who lied during the aftermath of a shooting has been arrested and booked according to local authorities. In Florida, we've been talking about Florida kind of intensely. Yeah, it was a Father's Day card, and it was like on the cover it said, you know, baby daddy. It had like sort of like a image, but it wasn't like a face. It was like a profile, but like in dark of a black couple, you know. And then inside it was like, you know, you're a great father and husband, or you know, the word like baby daddy, and it didn't exactly fit. Like, is it a joke like baby daddy? But then it didn't really fit the tone of the card. Get the hell out of everybody. It was just weird. I mean, it didn't even look like, it just looked like, who would buy that? It looks crappy. It didn't even look cute. Like, ew. I mean, I know there's something for everybody, but I will accept an apology as long as it comes with a big sack of cash, depending on the offense. Not even then. Yeah, well, yeah. So the man was laying on the street and bleeding profusely, and he captioned his video, he about to die, and it ran for 43 minutes. So he just stood there and watched somebody die for 43 minutes. And I guess he just seems so callous about it. Like, it seems like in theory, like if I got shot on the street, I would like be like, it would be good to me if somebody was there with me while I was dying, so that I wasn't just laying on the street dying by myself like a dog or animal or something. But the way this guy, his whole take, he seemed kind of like it didn't, you know, you'd rather go live than help the man. Shaking my head. I hate humans. This is people saying that's just how you view it. And I don't. Okay, wait a second. It occurred after a domestic dispute. The man said, honestly, who did the filming, honestly, I feel I did nothing wrong. This is a drug-related neighborhood. I would not get on my knees and touch, especially know you. You could have AIDS. I could touch you. You could spaz out on me and whatever. He was within his legal rights according to state laws to stream the incident. And he wasn't breaking the law by helping people. But you know, the law, I mean, that's like they law. That's not what's right. You know, right and the law is two different things as far as I'm concerned. Oh, he almost died in the hospital. He was in critical condition for 2 days. So he didn't make his transition. I misunderstood. Oh. So was it a white man who was filming? I don't have any images. I assumed it was a black man who was filming. Is that wrong? Okay. That was coming off of Atlanta Black Star. So somebody let me know if you know what's up. Flint water crisis prompts Michigan to enact toughest lead rules in the U.S. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You know, I don't believe that. And then I feel like all this after the fact fake stuff, I don't believe it. It's some bullshit. You don't care nothing about people. I don't believe it. I feel like that's fake news. That's a fake headline. Yeah, I don't believe it. You let people, you knew well before the people had to come out and make it public to the world what was going on, but you knew well before, you know, well before the people, well before it became public, you all already knew what was going on, and you ain't care. So I don't believe you care now. They've been polluting them waters for decades. They're not gonna change the pipes around the country. Get real, right? Here are the cities that will be hosting the 2026 World Cup. Remember, I said it was coming to North America, so it's going to be in Mexico, the United States, and Canada. I think so. This has like a list of where it's going to be, and it seemed like it was like 5 places in Canada, 5 places in Mexico, and like 10 or something in the U.S. The World Cup. How y'all feel about that? They had the Super Bowl here in Detroit, but I was not here for this. I don't think I was here for the Super Bowl in Detroit. a fan. It seems like when these big events come, it makes money for the big events, but it doesn't seem like it makes money for the people or the community. I think the city of Flint should be abandoned. Well, I think part of the agenda of the a lot of times what they do, like with New Orleans and places like Flint, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get people to leave so that they can reclaim certain areas. So yeah, I don't think the city of Flint should be abandoned. That's like that's my family's land.
Yours. 64. Oh my goodness! And it looks like it.
I got my phone charging. I got a better charger system going, and I guess this thing thinks it's a U.S. I don't know what it's doing. The water is not safe, so the city should be abandoned. Yeah, yep. I have family there. I don't know how the water is not safe anywhere. The land is contaminated. Blessings. The land is poisoned everywhere. The infrastructure throughout. Like, I think that Flint is one example, and it kind of got a lot of attention, but I feel like the whole infrastructure for water in this country and the infrastructure for other stuff is jacked up. Like, the quality of the water is not really good anywhere, and I think it's getting worse and worse and worse. And right, the same thing about the land. And then with all this deregulation, like, I guess I wasn't necessarily like, oh, the government is going to save us. But they do say that when the EPA came in, that New York was like cloudy and full of smog. Flint just got the press. Exactly. That New York was full of smog and all of this. And then the Environmental Protection Agency came in, and you could see the clearing up of the air, and, that it did have a positive impact. That regulation did have a positive impact on people's lives. But they've been deregulating the agencies to protect people. Anything that's about protecting people has been, basically gutted. It doesn't exist. Anything that's about giving corporations more freedom to make as much money as they can and exploit as many people as they can, it seems like that's been empowered and, like, freed up to do, for them to do more of that with less and less protection for people. So we, as this, fracking also messes up the water tables. Yeah, fracking messes up a lot. That's because corporations run the government. Yeah. So we have to, or we get to, or we let us stay aware. Miscarriages, cancers, infections, deformations, all due to pollution. Let us be as aware as we can and as cautious as we can, and help each other as much as we can, and share information as much as we can. Children brain damaged, cor- corporatoxy, corporatoxy, corporatocracy, like a government of corporations. Yeah, corporatocracy. Yeah. Eking out a living in Haiti's colorful slum city. So the reason that the slum city is colorful is because I guess that the rich people have, like, it was it was in the sight line of the wealthy people, and so yeah, fracking. The reason, look at this image. The reason that they're calling this slum colorful is because it's in the sight line of wealthy people, and so they had a project where they went in and painted it, and so that they wouldn't have to look at an eyesore. And people are like, why didn't they use that money to improve the infrastructure and improve the lives of the people living there? Because they don't care about the people living there. They're just like, ew, someone dying, someone being poor, and I can see it. I mean, I don't want to eat my eggs and look at that. Make it look better. Like, they don't care. They're like, someone is dying in my sight line. Ugh, I don't like it. Look at this image. Oh my gosh. The aqua greenish blue back there, and the coral. Most visitors to Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince, only get to see a fleeting glimpse of Jalousie. They just put up a bunch of murals. It don't look like they put up murals. It looked like they painted the shanties like this one coral, this one green, this one pink, this one coral, this, so it looks pretty-ish from far away. They get a fleeting glimpse of Jalusi. I think that's the name of the big shanty town or whatever. From the road as they go past its collection of pastel colored shacks clinging to the side of the steep Morne La Hospital mountain. But look at that shot. I mean, that shot is, can you see it? Here, let me put it up here. Oh, no, you can't see it. Oh, it's beautiful. But it's so ugly because of what it represents. The houses were painted by the government in 2013 as part of a $1.4 million project, which many locals mockingly refer to as the Botox. How could someone please cover up that homeless person with a blanket or something? I'm trying to eat my caviar. Exactly. Maybe we should adopt a town or something. I don't trust those missionaries there. Hey, love like the sun. Yeah, we should. We should and go visit, you know, and back and forth and spend time. I feel like, you know, I'm gonna say I feel like I owe Haiti everything. I don't feel like I owe Haiti everything, but I'm like just using that as an expression. Like I feel like we owe Haiti everything, you know, or we owe Haiti a lot, you know. Haitians are our people. We should buy in abandoned town and repopulate it with us. Yeah, we should all move to Costa Rica. Critics have, so they called that project the Botox. Take that, Dominican Republic. We're gonna take care of our black folk. Tell Hillary to give that money to Haiti, thief. She ain't alone. It's like the exploitation of wherever you find vulnerable people, it seems like you find vultures. Like, I don't know what's wrong with people's like hearts and souls and minds. Visible from the wealthy district of Pétionville. They argue that the money could have been better spent on improving the slum's water and electrical supplies rather than improving the view from the refurbished villas of Pétionville down below. But look at this here. Look at that. Yeah. And you see, I don't know if you can see the person over there. Stepping inside this 60-year-old almost vertical slum area between tightly packed cinder block homes, it is not hard to see how it's earned its nickname, Misery in Colors. With the tangle of wires illegally tapped into the when the tangle of wires illegally tapped into the grid gives out, candles and lanterns light the way. Families burn charcoal to cook, and when it rains, rivers of plastic rubbish collect in front of people's homes. Yet amid these conditions of extreme poverty, the residents of Jalusi work hard to retain their dignity and pride in their surroundings. They set up makeshift gyms where they work out using weights made out of cement, play sports at Jalusi's main arena or attend many of the churches. There's an image of somebody working out. Look at that light going across there and that shadow over there. I don't know what they do in there. People in Jalusi have also set up small businesses such as beauty salons or restaurants to help make ends meet. This person runs a shop selling charcoal. The father of four has lived in Jalusi for more than 40 years. That's not the father of four. The next image is the father of four. But despite all efforts, 85% of families in Jalusi estimate that their income covers only part or none of their needs. Jean-Michel, 35 below, works as a car park security guard and has been living. You'll never forgive the Red Cross. Yeah. I feel like the list is probably long. The Red Cross is probably just in our consciousness right now. Like Clinton is just in our consciousness. I love how they burned Monsanto seed in Haiti. Oh, did they? Was it a resistance? Was it like a fight back? Was it like F Monsanto? I hope it was. That seems so very Haitian to me. Yay. Here he is helping his 7-year-old daughter with her homework while someone else takes a nap. Haiti is the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere and has struggled to recover from the 2010 earthquake. More than half the inhabitants live below the poverty line of 241 per day. I wonder how much land there is in Haiti. When I went to Dominican Republic and I was reading, it was weird because it was very lush, they say, in Dominican Republic, and very like sparse in Haiti, even though it's the same island. That a lot of people are like cutting down trees in order to use them to burn for things like heat and things like preparing food. And so then there's like a lot of erosion, and like it just seemed like, you know, the same island, but like just you could probably flying over. I didn't notice it, but you could probably, the way it was described, it seemed like it was like drastically different things. But anyway, $3 a day. I wonder, you know, that would be an interesting thing. 74% of Haiti's urban population are now living in slums. So they live below the national poverty line, which is $2.41 a day. $2.41 a day is the national poverty line. So if you make, never mind Costa Rica, let's go to Haiti and build it up. If you have $3 a day, imagine what being able to funnel $3 a day to somebody could mean. You know, like in terms of like, you know, or $5 a day or $10 a day, or, you know, it seems like with very little, you could have an impact. I'll take side trips to Haiti, but I am kind of excited about Costa Rica. And then my mama is going to Costa Rica. I can't convince her to go to Haiti. I'll take side trips to Haiti. I gotta go be with my mom and people. We need to go to Haiti for ourselves and stop giving money to those wicked organizations. Haiti needs you more, Angela. I need Haiti more. I probably need Haiti more than Haiti need me, believe it or not. But I don't know. But yeah, I would love to. I would love to figure out how to start doing like connected with people, because you know, from far away, it's like when stuff happens, I think we all need Haiti. I think too, when stuff happens and it's like it's hard to know how to have an impact, you know. It's hard, you know, so it's sort of like you don't have any relationship, you don't have any context, you don't have any, you know, frame of reference. But if you have a relationship and you have context, then you can actually have an impact, you know. And then I feel like just the culture, the art, I like Haiti. I would love to go to Haiti. I would love to go to Haiti. We're going to Costa Rica in February, and it's an open trip. I think Jim Tours is who's organizing. I think that's the name of the company, or whatever. It's the people, but they have a company. But February is Costa Rica. We can build in Haiti. They have land. Did you just Google it? I want to know. I need the connections. I need to know some people and connect with some people that I like vibe with and that I trust, and that, you know, where it makes sense. And then that's, you know, I feel like that's where, you know, and then you go, you visit, you have a context, you know where you're going. How much is 2 acres, Sonia? Okay. Along with no sewage system or electric grid, inhabitants of Jalousie, Jalousie, have no running water. Residents queue at water distribution points, paying 35 cents for a 5-gallon bucket. We need to take some engineers. Then they carry the 42-pound buckets up the mountain on their heads. Well, I don't know if I need to have connections, but usually I try to have connections before I go someplace. Contacts. I'll go visit Haiti. I'm invested in Haiti. I'm invested in Haiti here, so I'm willing to invest, you know, in other ways in Haiti. By abandoned nations, Haiti and Venezuela. Ooh. Oh my gosh. In addition to all of the infrastructure issues, inhabitants of Jalusi face an increasingly uncertain future for another reason. A secondary seismic fault line runs through the entire hillside, making the area vulnerable to future devastation. There's also a serious danger of mudslides due to the steep terrain and the lack of vegetation, with at least 1,300 unstable homes identified as a threat to residents immediately below them. Tariq Zaidi, who is that? Yeah, I have a friend I went to college with who's I wonder if he has what connections he has in Haiti. Maybe I'll reach out to him. He was a fencer, like Olympic quality fencer, Olympic caliber fencer. And they ran fencing programs in Harlem. He was trained by Peter Westbrook, who was an Olympian, and they did the Peter Westbrook Foundation in Harlem. I wonder if it's still there. Yeah. Okay. So Haiti, let's who I'm gonna reach out. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna reach out to him and see who in Haiti, who we know. South Africa's cash in transit heist, a national emergency, an army and a water sewage infrastructure. So cash in transit, that's like these trucks where the armored trucks. So the people are just I see land for sale for 6,000 in Haiti. 6,000. And I feel like it's propaganda to say it's the poorest and to keep saying it's the poorest. I feel like it may be poor in some ways, but it's rich in other ways. And so I think we need to focus on the richness and the wealth, and the legacy, and build on that. You know. So I don't know who that person is. So yeah, y'all, Umoja. We need to form tourism hotels and groups also. Yeah, I don't know what hotels are there. I think I remember seeing an article. I was not too long ago. There's somebody who has a hotel that tries to get Black folks to tour there, a guest house or something like that. It seems like I remember reading that within the last when we started doing research on relocating. I think that was one of the things I read about. So, in South Africa, they just got this thing going on where they are robbing armored cars. I think they're armored cars just in broad daylight. It's like organized crime. Some people say that the cops are involved with it. It's just like out of hand. They just out here killing people and robbing people in Fort Jacques. Yeah, I don't know. So that's what they say is going on in South Africa. Beyonce and Jay-Z dropped a surprise joint album entitled "Everything Is Love." I didn't watch the video. I didn't hear it. I do remember seeing this now that I'm looking at it, but I guess I wasn't excited enough to go check it out. I remember I happened to be on Twitter when Beyonce dropped her surprise album, like was it 2 years ago or something? And I happened to be on Twitter, and my timeline, I have never seen anything like that. People were like, Beyonce dropped an album. Oh my God, the queen! It was like, it was like really like, and I ended up like watching the videos. Yawn. I ended up getting swept up in it, and I was watching the videos, and it just seemed so exciting to me. 25,000 hectare. It's like bigger than an acre. That doesn't sound too bad, depending on the condition and location of the land. Tourism should be phase 4 or 5. That's an invitation to infiltrators and spies. So yeah. So for those who aren't bored by it, Beyonce and Jay-Z dropped an album. I haven't bothered to look at it. An album about love, and they're making money off their marital issues. That's what I heard. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think a hectare is bigger than an acre, but I'm not really clear. Somebody have to Google it and let us know. Protesters call for dismissal of police officer. Oh wait, I was trying to look at this South Africa thing. in decades. I've been watching them on YouTube every once in a while. I'm just curious sometimes. The shaky footage comes from a film. Oh, wait. Men standing on the grassy verge wielding AK 47s, bombs exploding, and the sound of gunfire. But this is not the latest action blockbuster. We must build nation security, health, safety, land, resources for trade to build the nation. No, I try to care about Jay-Z and Beyonce thing. I thought for a moment I almost cared an iota, but it passed so quickly. Yeah, I care probably more than iota, but not enough to look it up. But see, now that we're talking about it, I might. I don't know. I don't. This is a small South African town in the middle of the day, and what the shock driver is recording from the relative safety of his own vehicle is a scene being repeated across the nation on an almost daily basis. A cash in transit heist. It's an epidemic which has seen millions of rand disappear into the hands of highly organized criminals. One of my best friends is Dominican. Not really, but somebody who I used to really, really like and be close to for a minute. Leave Bay and Jay to their world. So it's highly organized. They're saying prestige, high prestige, and low risk. That the people who end up doing these heists have worked their way up the criminal enterprise to be able to do this. They're like the best of the best in terms of criminality. I feel so clean for it. When did they become more disturbing? When I was in high school, they were pretty disturbing to me. When they were like on the TV all the time, I found them disturbing. It's extraordinary, the incredible brazenness of these acts. They just attack people, just shoot them in the back of the head. Who are the robbers? The gangs, according to this activist, range in size from 10 to 20 members. They're just as confident in conducting a broad daylight strike in the cities as they are out in the countryside. And when they strike, they are well prepared. AK-47s, other assault rifles, and commercial grade explosives, allowing them to block the back of a van off and then walk away with the money. What we're dealing with is organized crime, clearly. I don't know how you even get an AK-47. Can you like go to a gun show and buy an AK-47? I guess you can. The AK-47 are, oh, you can't? Yup. I think when I went to the gun show, they had I think they had assault rifles there. I thought I was looking for a Derringer because I thought it was cute, like, oh, 3 bullets. But I got talked out of that. You have to have a special license to buy an AK. Does it depend on the state? Because in some states, it seemed like I'm hungry. I got to go. It seemed like they have different laws. Oh, an AR is different from an AK. Yes. Assault rifle. Right. An AK is like worse, right? A pepper rifle. I don't know nothing about no pepper rifle. Beyonce is going downhill. AK is military grade. Rapid fire. What's AR? That's rapid fire, but not military grade. I don't know. I don't want to know about guns like that. We all need rifles these days. You think I need to know about guns like that? What do I need a rifle for? It seemed like a rifle is cool. Like if I'm fighting me against like 400 people or 20 people, a assault rifle, a pepper rifle. Oh, I get it. It seemed like if it's me fighting against a whole bunch of people, but it seemed like if it's me against 1 or 2, won't a regular gun do? Why I need a rifle? Am I be fighting against a whole bunch of people? Am I fighting against a whole bunch of people? They coming for us, y'all. Oh, Lord. Okay. I gotta go. I got all kinds of stuff I gotta do. Let me hurry up. Okay. Protesters call for dismissal of police officer who was fired after ramming suspect with squad car. And then, God forbid, you might just. And then I'll be like, damn, all I got is this What is this thing I have that shoots 6 bullets? All I got is this 6 bullets and a box of bullets. What am I going to do? If only I had that rifle. Tommy gun. Revolver. Right. All I got is this revolver and I need a rifle. Like if I was fighting a bunch of against a bunch of people, I don't know, maybe they won't be armed and I will with a rifle. Is that how you win? Because if they armed and I'm armed, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. Comcast says it's no longer throttling heavy internet users. Right, just my cute little Derringer. I don't even have it. I didn't get anything cute. I didn't get anything cute. Comcast is the devil. I agree 100%. But it says it's no longer throttling heavy internet user speeds. I guess with the eradication of net neutrality, they're supposed to be reporting more on what they're doing. So this is like a first report or the first report that I've seen. Alabama school board member couldn't handle being called out over racist Facebook post. Blames Michelle Obama, NFL protesters, and probably more. Resident seeks historic designation for black subdivision. We gonna need high-powered slingshots, bows and arrows, and whatnots. You don't even need cable anymore. I like cable. All righty then. U.S. child migrants, 2,000 separated from families in 6 weeks. I was watching something today, and it's like, we can't keep saying they are getting separated. We have to personalize it. Like it's we. It's happening to us. It's not happening to them. I thought that was really. Ooh, maybe I'll have a. Oh, I'm hungry. I gotta go. Model Olivia Sang on colorism in the fashion industry. Oh, Bella is so cute. She rolling over on her back stretching. Speed limit cut on French roads angers rural voters. They like, we want to go fast. We don't want to go slow. We mad. The haves and the have-nots. Fans want the show to take drastic measures to axe this character. You know who the character is? I can't remember his name, but he's like the white son of the white guy. I want him to be axed too. I hadn't even watched it in a season or two, but he was always getting on my nerves. Hey, Marlowe's Corner. And you know who my favorite character was? Was it Veronica? She's so evil. She was the best. All Tyler Perry TV sucks. Salute, chat. That show is good. It's good, like soap opera-y, dramatic, over the top. The rhythm is really weird, which makes it like it's kind of kitschy, like it's kind of weird. Merde, I don't know. Plus de Viticien, I don't know. I don't know what it means. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Peace and black power. Plus Day. You right. Netflix, the Fire Sticks. We don't need cable. I that's one of my favorite junkie TV shows. The Bible verse the White House used to justify separating families was also used to justify slavery. I had something to say about that, not the headline, but when I saw it, I wanted to talk about something else, but I can't remember. Detroit canceled ceremony to rename street after the king of pop. I wonder why. That's what I heard, Love Like the Sun. I've heard that there are a bunch of migrant children being held and the parents are being sent back. I saw one woman being interviewed today, and she was like, she didn't really know what was going on. Speed, more speed. Skit. Oh, what language is that? French? She did. It was sad. It was just sad. Like the mother and her talking about the child being separated from her, and Walmart would be used for FEMA camps. It was, I don't know, it's disturbing. Like, who separates children from their family? I mean, it's just weird. It's like, it's not human, it's strange. I mean, it's not strange in the context of this country exactly, but it's still strange. And then, like I feel like people do a good job, I think, of framing it up. Why would they want to feed and take care of the kids? That's what I've just been asking. Oh, the slowing down of the speed limit there. That's pretty good. I didn't get it, but I get it now. It's funny. They may as well. They sure aren't being used as but then someone else was talking about, in terms of children being separated from their parents, they were talking about the the foster care system, and how many Black and brown children are taken, how many Black kids are taken from their families and communities. And I don't know, like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what is the motivation to take the children and feed them. And and then when I was looking at the images, I wasn't listening to the story, but the story was supposed to be about how awful these detention centers are, but it was just like image after image after image of food. So it was like one image where they were putting like salad on a plate. Then there was another image, like these styrofoam dishes, like these styrofoam containers, like takeaway containers. It was like one image where there were like 40 of them stacked up neatly. Then there was another image where they were putting like French fries and food on a plate. And I'm like, it was weird, because the story was supposed to be about how awful this situation was, but all of the imagery seemed to be about, like, look, they're getting food. And then they also had one shot where they showed like these beds, and they looked like 2 or 3, like, not bunk beds, but just like 2 or 3 twin beds. And they were like made up. They had like colorful covers on them. Like, like the story and the imagery I didn't understand the imagery, like why they selected that. I felt like the story that they were really trying to tell is that, the kids are being fed and taken care of. They have a place to live. They have food, just like the enslaved Africans who built the White House and who were enslaved. They're sleeping in very clean cages. They have good masters. I mean, the jails are good. They live in veteran jails than people are other places. Sure, they work for free, but they get free education. White families will adopt them and sexually abuse them. Yeah, it's something. I mean, I don't know if it's like strictly for the purpose of sexual abuse, but it seemed like it's like for the purpose of like slaves, like, sex slaves or whatever, like free labor, free children. So I don't know why Detroit canceled ceremony. The king of pop was Michael Jackson, right? So they were gonna name we were gonna name a street after Michael Jordan. At the Hague, the Hague. Yeah, me too. Canadian citizen originally from Nigeria. Listen to this. Canadian citizen originally from Nigeria, locked up by immigration for 8 months over name mix-up. Let's hope Trump didn't give Kim Jong-un the wrong direct number. So I guess I gave him a very direct number, and they like, well, if he gave him his cell phone number, his cell phone ain't secure, so they're gonna have access to all of the stuff. They already have access to all the stuff. Let's hope Trump, oh, we talked about that. DC officer who killed unarmed motorcyclist Terrence Sterling to be fired. F that, name mix up, sue time. But see, the thing about all of this suing, I don't get no daggone satisfaction from suing. And then it's like suing, it's like the law is open to interpretation. So, and their law is very open to interpretation. Like, something could be legal, whether it's right or wrong. So you could sue, and that doesn't mean you're gonna win and get any justice. And even if you win, you're not gonna get any. Are you gonna get any justice? So the DC officer is going to get Fairfield Terrence Sterling. Rest in peace to Terrence Sterling. I just feel like, again, it's like a system for them, like outing themselves so they can identify, who's who and realign themselves. He's such a tool. He's such a fool. He's such a piece of crap. I still feel like I'm the only one. I'm the only one who's on the story about the big envelope. Somebody got to stay on that story and find out what was in the big envelope. That was probably a thing saying, right, put nuclear codes here. If I get money, I'm going to Haiti. You got money, go to Haiti. How much money do you need? What big envelope? I know I keep talking about it. There's some image of Trump meeting, I think it was Kim Jong-un, or maybe it was someone who was a representative of Kim Jong-un, but from the North Koreans. And so they gave them a letter, right? Like, here's a letter from the administration. But the letter was in an envelope, like the standard size of an envelope. It wasn't that size. It was like a bigger size, like the size of, not like the biggest size of a group card that you give to somebody on the job who's leaving, but like the size, like this size, like bigger than like an invitation. Like, it was weird. It was just a weird looking. I didn't understand, like, what's in it? What is it? So I don't know. I want answers. I want somebody to get on that story. In the envelope, a copy of Green Eggs and Ham. Black then, food and clothing rations for enslaved Black men and women. It was probably full of blank papers. Right. Remember when he was doing that press conference at the beginning of the year? What was it when at the beginning of his administration, and he was trying to, I'm turning over everything. And it was like just a bunch of blank papers. It was like a show. Doing anything with the U.S. He just saw an opportunity to get the U.S. president with his dumb ass behind. There's something shady about the whole meeting. Right. And Trump just saw an opportunity to I could have a golf course in Korea. They have good beaches. And Putin sees an opportunity. He this is a free-for-all. This has been my dream. I've been working at this for years and years and years. Who knew that this would come to fruition like this? Who knew that all of this would happen? I mean, he just must be it just must be like a joy for him, Nicaragua crisis. Truce agreed after weeks of deadly crisis, of deadly violence. We must stay focused on us. Yeah. It's true. It is. It's a good distraction. Or I don't know if it's a good distraction, but you'd be like, what the? And before you know, I just buffered her. Or didn't war government troops capture Naya Airport? Flyers for their barbers. In many ways, Qatar has benefited from its neighbor's blockade. Qatar's Arab neighbors should embrace Al Jazeera. Iran's Me Too movement or moment begins to turn plastic pollution awareness into change. We must act. Every one of us must refuse what we can't reuse. Both their haircuts are busted. Are they? I'm trying to remember the North Korean one's hair. I was glad to see the headline that that Qatar has benefited from the blockade. I hate when people try to bully me and try to make me do something. So I always be happy. They tried to bully him, and it's it's helped them. It's a benefit. Everything is so prepared in advance. And when the news reports it as it's happening in real time. I have been to 25 countries, and I can tell you there are only 11 phrases you need to get by anywhere. So let's start practicing our French phrases for hello, goodbye, thank you, bathroom, I'm sure baño, hola, adios, hola, let's see. Thank you in Francais. For foreign travelers to learn in a new language, it would be thank you. Merci. I know that one. Merci. How do you say thank you in how do you say thank you in Swahili? How do you say thank you in an Ethiopian language? A loyalty test. Okay, hello and goodbye. Hola, adios. How do you say it in French? Or how do you say it in Haitian Creole? Who speaks Haitian Creole? How do we say anything in Haitian Creole? We need somebody to teach us Haitian Creole. We going to Haiti, right? You got no Haitian. Bonjour. Bonjour. Oh, that's how you say hello and goodbye. Bonjour. Bonjour. Is that how you say hello and goodbye? Excuse me. Pardon. Pardon. How do you say it in Spanish? Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. How do you say? Excuse me. Pardon me. I always say lo siento mucho. I'm very sorry. Lo siento. Sac passe. Creole. Ooh, sac passe. Sac passe. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Is that how you say excuse me? Sac passe? I always feel like the Haitian language to me, it sounds like when I hear Haitian speak, it's like, it's got like, it's kind of hard. Is that just me? Oh, au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. May I have? Por favor. How do you say goodbye is au revoir until the next time we see each other? Adios is goodbye. Go with God. I think that's beautiful. Go with God. That's pretty. May I have? How do you say may I have? Por favor. Is that please in Spanish? I think it's please. Why isn't phonetic spelled phonetically? How much does it cost? Cuesto, por favor, is please. Cuesto is cost. What is the cost? Cuesto? Cuesto, por favor? I don't know how to say how much does it cost, but I know how to say cuesto. Cuesto? Phonetic. Je voudrais. I would like. Je voudrais. Quanto cuesto? How much is the cost? How many cost? Quanto cuesto? Quanto cuesto? Bathroom, baño. We had to ask to go to the bathroom in my Spanish class in Spanish. So I knew that from high school. Baño, el baño. Baño, el baño. Adieu means goodbye if you don't expect to see someone again. Literally, it means to God, like see you in heaven. Por favor, may I borrow 75 cents? Bathroom, so baño. ¿Cómo se dice baño en francés? Baño. Yo no sé. Many towns in Africa also. Je voudrais. Je voudrais. I would like. Je voudrais. I don't feel it. Okay, so bathroom. Yes and no. See, no. That's in French, Spanish. You gotta say no. You can't just say no. Yes, you can. I don't know why I say no. Saleh de Baines. Black man invented the toilet. What was his name? When did he invent the toilet? Tell us more. Yeah, we were talking about South Africa in the bathrooms and the children falling in the toilets and dying. Saye. In Spanish, if you see the double L, it's like a Y oftentimes. Saye de Baines. You don't know say. Yes and no, where is? That sounds about right. Would invent a toilet. Love it. Oh, you were where is? So how do you say where is? Como se dice, how do you say? Cuánto? Where? I don't know. Where is? Where is? Sometimes a map just isn't enough. If it's your first time in ¿dónde es? ¿Dónde eres? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde es? ¿Dónde es? ¿Dónde es el baño? Black man also invented central air conditioning. Okay. Where is in French? We don't know that. Where is in French? Okay. Help. Oh, ayuda. Ayúdame. Ayúdame. I don't know how to say it, but it is. That's the word. I just don't know how to say it. But help me would be ayúdame. Help me, help me, help. Où est la salle de bains? Where is the bathroom? Is salle room, the room of the toilet? Sounds good. Ayúdame. All this luxury we invented and we live in poverty. We live in richness. Our minds are rich. Our lives are rich. Our creativity is rich. Our culture is rich. Our love is rich. Our food is rich. And all of us are not living in literal poverty. Let us focus on the wealth and the richness and build on that. Help. I'm allergic to, I don't eat. I don't know how to say I'm allergic to, but puerco, carne, no carne. I know how to say that. I refuse to say love. I love in poverty. Poverty is a state of mind, and they didn't have my mind. I refuse to say I love in poverty. Oh, it just sounds like L in French. No puede comer. I may not eat. No puede. No puedo. Oh, I think a puedo is like may. I may not eat. No puedo comer carne. I just said no, no carne. But I should learn to be more literate instead of going around grunting and just like meat, no meat. I could learn to speak in sentence. Sale is like a salon. That's the way to remember it. It's all about perspective. I don't consider our people as living in poverty. When I see the abject squalor some people live in globally. The cardinal is here. Mo fandango, por favor. Man fandango. ¿Qué es man fandango? Sorry, I don't speak. Lo siento, no hablo. Lo siento, no hablo español. Shoot, that was a lot. Sorry, that was a lot. That was a lot. Speak German, darn it. You could have been given the German translations. So the people who were going to Germany or who were in love with Germany like you, they could know. We're going to Haiti and Costa Rica, so we need to know some Spanish and some French and some patois. Oh, Nin. Yeah. I said Danke. Remember? I said Danke. So Harvard University discriminates against Asian Americans. They're saying statistically, bite, they shorten it to manfongo here, LOL. Phonetic 9, no in German. German is not sexy, Yapo. Okay, so yeah, Harvard is saying that, or the Asian Americans are saying that their chances of getting in, they're nobody wants us. All they want are the Black and the Latinos. They don't want us. That's how I read it, but I don't know. Inside the eerily quiet streets of Kazakhstan's 20-year-old capital city, where the futuristic skyscrapers tower over the grasslands of a former prison camp. I don't know why I pulled that. This gorgeous keyboard, Montre-nous ce que tu sais dire in Allemand. Poor, well-to-do, rich Asians. Oh, yes, it's a very brutal language. This gorgeous keyboard will give your desk a retro feel with all the modern comforts. The keyboard looked like a typewriter. It was kind of cute. I thought it was kind of cute. What you think? That's like a keyboard. You could type on it. I like it. This is something from Apple, probably. Apple. Me likey. Fired waitress in viral NIGER hunting video kicked out of Air Force. Back to my PowerPoint. Again, I just think that the these people are like outing themselves, or like, yeah, outing themselves so they can find their true people and they can go live together, and hatred and you know acrimony, or whatever. I was going to say harmoniously in their hatred, but I guess you live acrimoniously in your hatred. Tai King takes control of some 300 billion crown assets. How much raw material goes into the foods you eat and products you use on an everyday basis? So that was kind of interesting because, like, we've kind of talked about the fact that, how much water and how much grains it takes to feed a cow to get, like, it's so much of an investment of resources to get so little out. So one iPhone contains 31 grams of aluminum. A loaf of bread requires just under a pound of wheat. 12 oranges to make the average liter of orange juice. It takes 2 chickens an average of 1 week to lay a dozen eggs. An average men's t-shirt takes 0.5 pounds of cotton to make. You'll need between 1 and 2 agave plants to make a handle of tequila. Ayapo, that's not nice. Je ne parle rien in Alenban Masul. Oh, I don't know. I don't understand all of that. It takes 2.1 gallons of crude oil to generate a gallon of gasoline. A liter of bottled water takes 1.3. It wasn't meant to be. I know. Leave her alone, Ayapo. She's got big breastises. A liter of bottled water takes 1.3 liters of water to produce. I don't know about that. Okay, so that was kind of interesting. I think just the concept of, like, I remember when I was looking at recipes for, like, how to make, like, mozzarella cheese, and it's like it seemed like it was so much milk to make the cheese, or like to make butter. It's like so much milk and you just get a little bit, but the butter that you do get is very good, so it might be worth it. I don't know. German rappers' anti-Semitism lyrics probe drop. So I guess they were, rapping, and they said something like they don't like Jewish people or whatever, and then they were probing them, and now they done dropped the probe. They say it's freedom of speech. They can say what they want. Taliban and Afghan forces embrace an Eid ceasefire. So some of this is going back to the day before, because I didn't come on yesterday. No evidence. Chicago police rule out serial killer in women's deaths. I wonder how the people are feeling in the community, because it's Black and brown women. Bill Cosby fires entire legal team after sexual assault. I think we looped back around. So it only took us an hour and 40 minutes. But you want to degrade the Black woman all you want in hip hop. But you want to degrade the Black woman all you want in hip hop. Well, they told them to degrade the Jewish people too. Degrade anybody. These are not Black folks, I don't think. So that's what I got. I made it through. What's new and good in your community? What are you looking forward to? What's good in your life, in your neighborhood, in your family? Drop it in the comments. Anybody got anything to say? Habaragani? Cow can't get a break. Folks take the milk, meat, feet, brain, skin. Poor cow. Looking forward to lunch. Sister Angela came across a YouTuber who shows how to make Nigerian food. Last night I watched her video on jollof rice. Outstanding. I made my version of jollof rice once from watching some YouTube videos. You're awesome. Hey, Anthony Galloway. Thanks, Sonia. Good to see you. I had some good jollof rice, but I don't know if it was good because it was made by a woman, a Black American chef. So I don't know if it was good for jollof rice or not. I don't know. Hey, Anthony. All right. So it's all on purpose that we're here today together. Thank you so much for being here. You are blessed and a blessing. I appreciate you. Today is the best day ever, and you are the greatest. Thank you. Hey. Be fabulous. Be fabulous, you. You matter too. Be fabulous. Be fabulous too. I mean, you. Who you gonna be if you aren't you? Who you gonna be if we ain't we? Who you gonna be if you ain't you? I can't believe I said ain't. I'm gonna be fab from now on. Yes, you already are fab. Just remember that. So go out and enjoy the rest of your day. And again, happy Fathers of Humanity Day. Peace and black love, family. Peace, peace. All right, bye. Oh, Umoja. Umoja. Unity. Peace and blessings.